really sort of great news that China is going to sort of kickstart this thing called the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank. People have a right to things like clean water, sanitation. They have a right to communication. They have a right to uninterrupted power. I mean, these are all part of the infrastructure projects, that many of the countries are crying out for. And, this is not being delivered at the moment by the World Bank, the IMF. So therefore, I think, that many of the countries here do need extra help, and that this isn't really sort of coming right now. We can't afford to wait.
Countries that are setting this up have essentially no say in the IMF. The IMF is run by the United States almost exclusively. The others have some power, but if the United States says X, then X doesn't happen. So it really will be a chance for these new nations to direct where the investments go, what happens with the money, where the loans go. If a country comes to the IMF or comes to the BRIC Bank, and the BRIC Bank says we'll give you a loan, and the IMF says we won't, they'll get some business, I assure you. That's what competition is all about. That's why competition is always good for everybody.
Jim, what's wrong with the IMF? The new institution is clearly being set up to challenge Washington-based funds.
Well, first of all, the IMF has never been right about anything. And if you go back and read some of their projections over the past few decades, you think, how do these people stay in business? And the only reason they stay in business is because they have great lobbyists who work for the IMF. They get huge salaries for themselves, great benefits. They don't do anything for the rest of us, but governments haven't figured that out yet. But now, some of the new governments, Russia, China, etc., are trying to come up with a competing institution, and I hope they're successful.